Hi guys, welcome to Stack Reframe. So let us now see some of the text properties of CSS. Okay, in the previous video we have seen all about this color properties. Now in this video let us see some of the text property that are important to know for making a web page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new file here. Let's say text.html. Okay, I'm just going to use my boilerplate and I'll write here text property in CSS. Okay, now let us take example and let us understand how text property work here. Okay, so let us take one example of p tag here. Okay, and again I'm writing here welcome to my channel, isn't it? Stack reframe. I'm using any text here, no problem for that. Now let us go live here and see how our page looks like, isn't it? A normal text again it is coming, welcome to my channel Stack Reframe. Now I just want to give you some of the CSS properties of text. Okay, now you see here how our that whatever the content that I'm writing in the p tag, it is coming from the start, isn't it? Now what if we want to make this into the center? What if we want to make our content in the center, any text in the center, whatever you have written? So in that case what you are going to use is you are going to use a property of text. I'll write here style, and here you will write text align is a property here, text align. And if you write here center, text align colon center. Now go back and see how our page is looking. Our content is now coming in the center, isn't it? Am I clear? So this way you can use any text. If you want to place in the center of your web page, you are going to use the CSS property text align center. Okay, and if you again, I'm just copying this content here. Okay, I'll just give some different examples here. Again, taking a p tag, pasting it. Now again, how many ways you can use text align here? If you write text align, you see here you will get center, you get end also. If you write end here, what happens? It will go to the end. You see this is coming to the end, isn't it? That is why, because we are using here text align end. Again, you can hear text align start also. By default it is in start only, but it will come in the start, isn't it? Now, and how you can use it again? If you write here text align is equal to right, what happens? It will go to the right direction, isn't it? It is same as text align end, isn't it? It is coming to the right side. Again, same here. You can go for text align what? Left also, isn't it? So it will come to the left. By default it is in left, that is why it is coming in left. Okay, so this is a property by which you can move and the content, the text, anywhere in your web page, be it in the center, in the left, or in the right, or in the start or in the end. Okay, now let us see some other text property. Again, I'm writing here same content. Now there is one property that is called text transformation. Let us see what it does. Okay, I will again write style here, and if I write here text transform, isn't it? Text transform is a property of CSS. If you write here, you see it is coming capitalize, lowercase, isn't it? Now if I write here capitalize, just go back and see what happens. Just see this content and just see this content. What is the difference, guys? The difference is, you see here the T is small, but here it is capital letter. Here see M is small, but here is capital letter. So when you use text transformation, text transform capitalize, what it does is it will make all the first letter capital in letter, isn't it? Or it will make all your first letter as capital. Okay, clear? So This is what text capitalize does. Okay, now just see again other properties, like if I write here text transform is equal to lowercase. What does lowercase means? Means small letter, isn't it? So if I write here text transform lowercase, what happens here is all your letters text that you have written, it will come in small letters. You see, lowercase, it is converting, isn't it? We have written like this. We have written W as a capital, but now you see, all has become into small letter. So how we can do? We can use text transform that is equal to lowercase. Okay. Similarly, if it is lowercase, then we can use uppercase also, isn't it? If you write uppercase, what happens? All your text will be converted into uppercase. That is, all your text will be converted into capital letter. Okay, so this is a very important property of CSS, where you can transform your text according to your needs, isn't it? You can transform it in capitalize, you can transform it in lowercase, in uppercase, isn't it? So this is how the text property of CSS works. Now let us see uh, two important CSS property. What I'll do, I will again use a p tag here, and I will paste the same thing here. Now let us see. If I write here style is equal to, if I write here word spacing, if I just use word spacing, and if I give here, let's say 30 pixel value word spacing, now what happens? You see, after every word a 30 pixel space is coming, you see, isn't it? Though we do not use it much, but you should know, isn't it? You should know all the CSS properties. So that is why I'm explaining here. My default format was this, isn't it? Only one space is here, but we have assigned here word spacing 30 pixels. So that is why 30 pixels space is coming after all the words, isn't it? Now, there is one more property. If you write instead of word spacing, I will not change here. I will again write a p tag. I will again paste the value. And if I write here style is equal to, if I write here letter spacing, and if I give same value 30 pixels here, now what will happen? Just go back and see what happens. After every letter, it is giving a space of 30 pixels. You see how bad it is looking, isn't it? But you should know how, by how many type you can play with the text CSS properties, isn't it? So this is what about, this is word spacing and this is letter spacing, isn't it? So by every letter, it is giving a 30 pixel space. So this is what all about text property. Now guys, just I want to tell you one very important text property. So that is called text decoration, isn't it? Now where you can use it in anchor tag. Okay, how this is working, you see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write an anchor tag here, and here what we do in href, we pass some values, isn't it? Let's say https, and if I write www.youtube.com, so in href we pass the link, isn't it? And if I write here YouTube, if I write here, just go back and see how our page is looking. So this is giving us a link, isn't it? Anchor tag is used for creating a link. Now if I click here, what happens? It will go back to a YouTube main page, isn't it? Similarly, now you see here the default color of the anchor tag is this, isn't it? It is somewhat purple in color, isn't it? And also whenever you use anchor tag, you will get a underline over there, isn't it? Now if you want to change that, if you want to change this default property, if you want to change this, what you can do is you can write here a property that is called style is equal to, if you write a text decoration, text hyphen decoration, if you write none, then what happens? All the default values will, you see, the underline will remove, isn't it? So underline was default. Now you see it is looking good, isn't it? Underline is not required. Now where do we use this text decoration property. You see, if I click here, it is going back to the YouTube page, isn't it? It is working same, but what we have done some text decoration, and that is why this is underline is not coming, isn't it? Now I can change the color also here by using the same property. Like if I use here color is equal to, if I paste here blue, now you go back and see, now instead of the default property, it is coming blue in color, isn't it? So whatever the CSS property we have learned before, we can use it everywhere, isn't it? Wherever it is required. Now, where do we use text decoration property? Let's say if I am going to use another anchor tag here. Okay, I'm not going to pass any link here, guys. I'm just writing a hash symbol. Okay, and if I write here Google, isn't it? Again, if I write again anchor tag, and if I am not giving any link here, just simply, and if I write here Facebook. Okay, now you go back and see how our web page is looking. It is looking like this, isn't it? Now what I will do is I'll use here style, and again if I can write here text decoration is equal to none. You see, isn't it? I'm just, what I'll do, I'll just copy and paste it here. Okay, guys, so that would be good if I just use this. Okay, and same I'm going to paste it in this file also. Okay, now see how it is looking. Now it is looking good, isn't it? When you click here, it will go to YouTube page. When you click here, it is go to Google page, and here Facebook page. I think the spelling is wrong of Facebook. We'll change it. Okay. Now let us say that you are making a, where do we use this text decoration property? When we are going to create some sort of links, isn't it? For example, if you are creating a header or a navigation bar, what we can do is we can use this. Now let me give you a good example of here. For example, I'm taking a div tag here, and inside this I'm going to paste it. Cut and paste. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Now I'm formatting this document because it is not in order. If you use format document, it will automatically get formatted. Okay, so here you see now same thing is coming, but what if I want to give a background color? So I need to choose the parent, isn't it? Why? Because you just see here, if I give here a background color, what happens? Any color if I give, you see what will happen? The background color will go to only this anchor tag. Why? Because anchor tag is an inline element, isn't it? And we know what is inline and what is block level element. And if you have not, if you do not know what is inline block, go back to my playlist and see. I have made a dedicated video of inline and block element. Okay, so that is why I'm not using a background color here. What I will do, I'll just cut this line. Okay, I'll just wait. I'll just cut this line, and what I will do, I will write here style, and if I give this background color to the parent, this is the children, isn't it? This is the parent. If I give a background color to parent, now what happens? You see, it is coming, isn't it? Now, for the time being, what I will do, I'll use some padding. If I give padding is equal to, let's say, 30 pixels. Now see how it is looking. It is looking like this, isn't it? And you see, this is having very small space. It is coming, isn't it? Margin is very less. So if I just give here margin right, isn't it? If I give here margin right, if I give 50 pixels, now go back and see how it is looking. Now it is giving a margin of 50 pixels, isn't it? So what I will do, I'll just copy this margin right, and I will paste it here also, isn't it? Now go back and see, it is looking like this, isn't it? Now, is it looking like a navigation bar? Isn't it? When you click on YouTube, it will go to a navigation bar, isn't it? YouTube page. If you go to Google, it will go to Google page. Since we have not used the path, the link, that is why it is not opening, but it will open. Now, this is, by this way, you can use all the CSS property to create a very stylish web page, isn't it? So this is how we use all the CSS property. I have just given an example of using this, but when we'll go further, we'll make a complete web page, will make a new web page from starting till end, just be available in this channel. Okay, so this was all about the text property, isn't it? We can align a text in the center also, we can in the align text in the end also, in the start also, we can use capitalize also, we can use small case also, we can give word spacing, letter spacing, we can use text decoration also, isn't it? And whatever the CSS property we have learned before, by using that we can create a very responsive, very stylish web page, isn't it? We'll see in the upcoming videos. Okay, so that was all about a text property in CSS. Okay, so that's it for now, guys. I'm closing this session, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and also hit the like button. Okay, take care, guys. Bye.